Eric Ten Hag leads the race in here as reported by the chief reporter of the Times magazine in there for you, who goes by names of Henry Winter. Welcome to the Manchester United Matters channel. We are a bit late today, 3 minutes late in there. Remember, this video was supposed to be really occurring in here after a good number of times in there, but it's not really going on as progressed in there. But all in all, it remains the Manchester United Matters channel and the latest news and information as it really comes through in here. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as that may certain stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I'm surprised that one of the videos, most of the people that are watching us nowadays are coming from Argentina. Those people that are watching it from Argentina, you guys are really rocking. We love you here onto the Manchester United Matters channel. You guys do us great, and your being in here and supporting us has made us stand strong in here. Now today, lots of stories have been coming in at Manchester United, but I felt like Eric Ten Hag, being the next manager of Manchester United, has really taken course of all these stories in there. But later today, first story coming out that yesterday, close to 11 players had really all wanted to go out of Manchester United, and in those, Antoine Martial, Jesse Lingard, Danny Van Beek, Eric Bailly, Juan Mata, Paul Ebile Pogba, Dean Henderson, Juan Mata. Which other players in there? There are close to 11 players, and by the time it reached today, a story came in indicating that close to 8 players, close to 17 players want to get out of Manchester United. Something that I really feel like it's weird. Who is letting this news out? Who is really betraying the manager of Manchester United? Who is an interim moreover in there, and he's being really exposed like this in there? And I will feel like this is the pressure. And one thing I know is that in our saying, in our language, there is a saying that we have that if at all you really want to see the snake, if you want to lure the snakes out of their holes, do one thing: pour paraffin into the hole where they're hiding. And when you pour paraffin, snakes don't feel it well, or don't really like paraffin. They'll scatter themselves, and you know who is the snake and who is not the snake, because some animals don't fear paraffin, and those that fear paraffin will come out, and then you lure them out of your holes. Now the coming in of Rangnick has led these players to be lured out of the holes because he is a no-nonsense man. They're used to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who was really pampering them like babies, and Rangnick comes in with a very, very different approach altogether, and he comes in and says, this is Manchester United. I am Rangnick. I have enough experience to run this club, though I have not yet taken care of any bigger club, but I really feel like this is the time for us to really come up and do the needful in here at Manchester United. Rangnick comes in and he is luring the snakes out of their holes, and some of those snakes are cocoons in there of players that have not yet even done worth at Manchester United. They're not even worth a mention, because the moment you give them a mention, they really get to know that they are really doing great in there. But it's not good to mention them. Why should I mention them? Because I know some of their names. They're hitting cocoons. Cocoons of English players. They're having cocoons of French players. And these English players at Manchester United feel like this manager is going to displace them, because he has already started that. His favorites, those that were favorites of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, are not the favorites of a man who goes by the names of Rangnick. And some players really think Ronaldo has come on and taken over their show. He has eaten the show. And I ask myself, you've won nothing at Manchester United. You came in 3 years. You've ruined our matches. We were the reason as to why we never even won a title last season, because the Premier League was in our hands in there by the beginning of the year 2021, and you ruined our games in there. You are really trash. You get, the only way we can really get results is by United not playing a high line. That's when you're good. That's when you look good. And when they really expose you and United play a high line, you are exposed because you are slow like a snail. You really come out and try to run the club. You have done nothing to this club. How come dare you head a cocoon to really come out and confront a manager? A person, and I'm really laughing at these players. Each and every person who is really feeding these players with information to do this, you guys, you are really hitting your own foot. You are hitting your own foot. You are trying, you've got hold of a hammer, trying to hit a nail, and that hammer is going to end up hitting your fingers because you cannot hit a nail without holding the nail. You have to hold the nail and then hit it. Then you're really going to use that hammer and hit yourself because you attacking Ralph Ragnick and coming out verbally and asking him why he's not picking you. It's not the solution. The solution is simple. Ask him, why aren't you picking me? Aren't I good enough? How should I improve? Then he tells you you're supposed to improve. Coming out and feel like Ronaldo has really changed the atmosphere at Manchester United. What have you done? Ronaldo has done it all. He has won it all. The only trophy he hasn't won in this world is the World Cup. He has won every trophy. He has won it. What have you won? Nothing. So I really feel like you should really get to know that time has come for this snakes to be lowered out of Manchester United. And Ragnick, I know he's really going to do this because he's a no-nonsense man. And these players, whoever is behind all this, you are really doomed because this man is here to stay. He's here for the next 2.5 years. That's why he's here. He's here for the next 2.5 years. He's going to restructure that club from the bottom to top. And you've seen Arnold has come in as the CEO with effect from 1st February. Ed Woodward is stepping down officially, though he's really going to stay there at Manchester United until the summer, and then he'll quit Manchester United. He'll remain as a consultant, but those are things I don't really want to hear, that he's really going to remain or stay as a consultant at Manchester United. And this same guy who goes by names of Winter has really come out and said that Ed Woodward leaves Manchester United as a failed CEO because he has not won United either a Champions League or a Premier League. You get? His 8 years of service have ruined Manchester United from bottom to top, and he's leaving United as a shameful manager, and he really wants to live in after United appoints a new manager. And this is something I don't understand. Mr. Ed Woodward, if you are leaving, you leave. If you are leaving, you leave, because we have in the right person to give this club a structure. Richard Arnold has really come out and said that he's not going to be part of the footballing decisions at Manchester United. He leaves them for Giorgio Montetaf, Darren Fletcher, and Ralph Ragnick in there. So I'm asking myself, how come that Darren Fletcher is getting such big powers in at Manchester United? This mentality, the obism, that I was an OB at Manchester United, I feel like they see him as the next Alex Ferguson, who the Scottish really changed things at Manchester United. This thing you've tried, it has failed. It has failed. And I really task Manchester United board, if at all they really want to get in the best results, get the OBs out of this club. Let new people come in, phase out the Sir Alex Ferguson era. That era has phased out. It has phased out. Ferguson did what he did. He made us support Manchester United, and there is nothing to attach to him right about now because it's done. It's a done deal. You are not... There is nothing you're really going to wake up. This is not a ghost that you have gone to a witch doctor to call it back and tells you what it used to do. No. It will tell you the same thing. This is a moment where United needs to know that if a dead person has been laid to rest, let him rest, and let his soul rest in spirit. Let his soul rest in peace. Then getting a person who is alive and kicking to take this club forward. Let these egos of players be stepped on. Look at Man City. They're having very big players. They are talented. They're earning lots of money. But trust me, their wings were trimmed by Pep Guardiola. And if at all you are really at Manchester United and you think that Ed Woodward staying there is really going to help us anymore, it's not going to help us. How does Ed Woodward come in to start Manchester United to appoint us the next manager at the club? That's out. I cannot allow that to happen at Manchester United. Those are things we shouldn't see happening at Manchester United. And Mr. Ed Woodward, if you are really putting up your shoes up on the 1st of February, please go away. We don't need you in the choosing of your new manager, because when Rangnick was coming in, stories were that he was going to be involved into bringing the next manager at Manchester United. Judge Montetaf is really the man who convinced Rangnick to come in at Manchester United. And now you are telling us that this lad is really going to start Manchester United in the names of Ed Woodward, a person who has ruined the club for the last 8 years. We've not won a Premier League or a Champions League, and United has only won one FA Cup, a Carabao Cup, a UEFA Europa League only, and reached to a final of a UEFA Europa League. That's not the level at which Manchester should be. Mr. Ed Woodward, you should walk out shamefully at Manchester United. Go back into your banking business. You did a very lucrative deal. You brought in the Glazers. You ruined the club with them. It's high time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We no longer need you at Manchester United. Your services are really outdated. They have not paid us any good penny at Manchester United. Nothing good has been benefited from your stay at Manchester United, apart from Manchester United making lots of money, of which me, as a fan of Manchester United, how do I benefit from the money that Manchester United makes? I don't benefit. The only benefit I get is to see United winning trophies. That's the only happiness I get. That's it, because even on this channel, the content I'm doing is promoting Manchester United, is really keeping the brand of Manchester United way up there. So, Mr. Ed Woodward, walk out of Manchester United peacefully, gently, and go. And don't even look behind. Let Richard Arnold come in, handle the business part. George Montetaf, Ralph Rangnick, and Fletcher, let them come and handle what we call the footballing matters in there. Let this football club be structured or restructured from bottom to top by Ralph Rangnick, and these other players will be trimmed off. We won't have any things like this at Manchester United if at all Ed Woodward is not here. And Ed Woodward is the one who links up with his players, and he really talks all that shit in there. You get? Rangnick, you aren't good. Sorry, I'm even pissed. Ed Woodward, you are too incompetent. You've brought in 4 managers, you've sacked 3, and you think that you are competent to choose our next manager of Manchester United. That 100% shows the incompetency of you as a CEO of Manchester United, and you're walking out as a failed CEO at Manchester United. David Gill did the best, and we won very many Premier League trophies in there, Champions League in there, FA Cups in there, alongside Sir Alex Ferguson. And instead of keeping people like David Gill with you to learn from them how a football club is ran, you just let them out and you came in immediately and you really ruined our club. So you are not competent. You don't have the qualifications to choose our next manager, because the 3 managers you've chosen have really thrown us under the bus as Manchester United. You brought in David Moyes. You accepted Sir Alex Ferguson to let you know that David Moyes is best for Manchester United. He failed and you sacked him. You brought in Louis van Gaal. You brought him and sacked him. You brought in Jose Mourinho. You brought him and sacked him. You brought in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and you sacked him. Now, let Rangnick, Montetaf, and Fletcher choose the next manager of Manchester United. So we leave that story in there of a man who goes by names of Ed Woodward. I think I've rested my case in there. Let's go to the big story being reported by a man who works for, he's the chief reporter, he's the chief football writer at the Times Sport in there. He goes by names of Henry Winter. He has really come out and said that Erik ten Hag is currently leading the race to become the next Manchester United manager. I have 2 reasons for this story. One, why is it coming out right about now when each and everything is a mess in there at Manchester United? Ralph Rangnick himself came out and said that he would like to be the permanent manager of Manchester United. Then, who is letting out this news in there into the media that Erik ten Hag is leading the race? It might be, one, the agent of Erik ten Hag, because Erik ten Hag came out and said that in the summer he wants to quit Ajax and he feels like it's high time he tried a bigger job. Remember, Ten Hag worked with Pep Guardiola at Bayern Munich, and now he's working at Ajax. And ever since he went at Ajax has really produced players like the Danny Van Binks, De Jongs, the leads of this world in there, and he's really a very good manager. And even right now, they're into the round of 16 of the Champions League in there. That is Erik ten Hag in there for you. He's having a very good biography in there. When you look at him, he's really an interesting manager in there. He really has lots of things that I think he can bring in at Manchester United. But I'm asking myself, what is the story coming in right about now? Because Ralf Rangnick has really lost. You get? Erik ten Hag is a Dutch professional football manager, a former player. He's currently the manager of Ajax, where he has won 2 Eredivisie titles, as well as reaching the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League in 2009 with the likes of the Danny van Beeks in there. And remember, Danny van Beek is a player at Manchester United right about now in there. He played as a centre-back in there during his so-called years in there. He's 51 years old, and when you look at Ten Hag being 51 years old, when he come in at Manchester United, I feel like it's going to cost his career. This is costing his career and is putting his career onto a test, because I remember Villas-Boas. You remember Villas-Boas? Villas-Boas was the manager who got back into, that team was called FC Porto, that Jose Mourinho was really managing in there. When Mourinho came into Chelsea, Villas-Boas remained in there, and he did lots of wonders in there. At the age of 35, 36, guess what happened to Villas-Boas? Villas-Boas comes in at a team which goes by the names of Chelsea in there. Which player, I think, was it Scolari? I think Scolari was sacked in there, and Villas-Boas came in at Chelsea as a manager, and guess what? Ever since then, his career died. His career died. Villas-Boas is no longer into the world map of all the coaches in there. Yet he was really a very young and focused coach in there, because he made the wrong step in there. That led to him going out. Even when he came to Tottenham Hotspur, he was sacked. He was sacked. Villas-Boas is no longer anywhere in there. So I really think that Erik ten Hag is not ready to come in and do the needful in here, to come in and do the needful at Manchester United, because I think his age, I think he needs to first go in and get another test in there on teams. If he's coming in the Premier League, I think he should be like Pochettino, Southampton, Tottenham Hotspur. Then you go to those high big teams in there, because I really feel like Tottenham Hotspur is a very good test in there for you, and I really feel like Conte being there, I don't see this coming to a happening that Erik ten Hag can really come up and go in there. But I think Ten Hag can really get in other teams, like even when you go to teams like in Italy, you go to Inter Milan and try yourself in there, because Manchester United has its own problems. And I really feel like Ten Hag to come in at Manchester United, I think Rangnick should be at Manchester United for the next 2 years as a manager. Yeah, let him sweep out all these players, because he's good technically. He knows which players should be at Manchester United. The mentality should change, knowing that you're playing for a very big team in there, and how you really act yourself onto the pitch should be one of those credentials that should let in a player put on a shirt at Manchester United. You get? He'll trim off the wings. I really trust Rangnick, and I really feel like let Ten Hag leave Ajax and let him go anywhere else, and maybe the next 2 or 3 years he'll come in at Manchester United, because I really feel like Manchester United right now is in a mess, and if Ten Hag is to come in, he's really going to cost his career. He's going to cost his career, because David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, all of them have really come out and said that you are not given full powers at Manchester United. Even players are more powerful than a manager at Manchester United in there, and it's being seen right now at Rangnick. But the difference with Rangnick is he is like going on the top, and some players should know that he's going to be their boss. You get? He'll be the one discussing the contracts in there. You get? He'll be the one letting the team know that no, we should sell off this player. So these Manchester United players should know that it's high time they go to know that Rangnick is here to stay. He's not here to go. And even if a new manager is brought in the summer, trust me, Rangnick will come through and be your boss, because he's responsible for choosing the next manager. And he can go in bed with the next manager and tell him that sell off that player, sell off that player, sell off that player, throw him under the bus. He's the player that has been disorganizing the dressing room. And by the way, the coming in of Rangnick is really something great, because it's really going to help us know who is who in the dressing room of Manchester United. And when he moves up, he will really come and know and tell the new manager that he is the problem, ABC is the problem, those players should be sold immediately. We should sell them off this club and get in new ones that are really going to respect us in there. So I think by the way, it might be a wise move that United did. I've just thought about it, that it might be a wise move, because they felt like bringing in a new manager to give him a permanent role is really going to change nothing at Manchester United. And what was really going to change things at Manchester United was getting an interim like Rangnick, who is really going to be on top, such that he knows the real problems into the dressing room of Manchester United. Because right now Rangnick is knowing the real cause as to why United is in tatters. You get? He now knows, and now when he goes on top, he'll know the problem, and before the manager comes in, you brief him and tell him that players are having A, B, C, D. You get? Some players think that they are bigger than the others, so we should handle A, B, C, D like this and this. We should sell so and so, and then after, the team will get better. And some players think that they are winning in there, but your Ed Woodward has already left. He's off the board. He's going to be off the board, and I don't know what these players of Manchester United are really going to do, are really cocooning against Rangnick in there for you. It's a very big shame that you players who have not won anything for Manchester United are cocooning against a manager who is reputable. Because he's really giving you drills that you guys feel like you're not supposed to be doing. Who told you that a player should conduct a training session? That's way out. Where do you find it? A player to conduct a training session, to come out and tell a manager that no, the way you are really training us is bad. You get? Under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, these same players came out and said that his tactics are really amateurish. They're below average in there. That's what they really came out and said. And I'm asking myself, what are they doing right about now? Because it's another manager comes in with a very big reputation. He has built very many clubs in there. He's trying to let you know that if at all you want to be like a Man City, this is what you're supposed to do. And you are really backing him off and trying to really expose him in media that what he's doing, he doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, if you're a player, you know what you are doing. Why didn't you do it under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? And who is one of the managers, top world-class managers, that has really coached you that you think Rangnick's tactics are ill? David De Gea. We look at Aaron Wan-Bissaka, not even a top-class manager. Diego Dalot, not really. Maybe at AC Milan in there. Luke Shaw, Pochettino in there. Harry Maguire, oh my God. The best had was Brendan Rodgers. Which other player? So when I look at those players at Manchester United, the only player that has really got a very good manager that has really was on him is probably Pogba at Juventus. Ronaldo, Cristiano really had a very good coach, and Jadon Sancho had a very good coach in there, and Rafael Varane has seen several coaches at Real Madrid come in: Mourinho, Ancelotti, Lopetegui. He has seen a couple of good managers, Zinedine Zidane. He has seen a couple of good managers coming in at a team which goes by the names of Real Madrid in there. And all those players I've mentioned, the Varanes, the Ronaldos, the De Geas, the Sanchos, they are not part of this clique that is really backbiting or trying to really ashame Rangnick in there. They are not. These players have not yet, the players I'm talking about, have not even seen good coaches coach them, and they come out in the media and leak out information that the manager is not good enough. Who are you to come out and say that? I really feel like some people should be brought to book. Indiscipline should be punished about Manchester United. Let's know who is leaking all this, and I think Rangnick is knowing. He's doing all his research. Because all of his career, he has been a researchful manager. That is Rangnick in there for you. So I really feel like it's time for Rangnick to clean up the house. and the house is going to get clean. It's going to get clean. It's going to get clean, trust me. Because Ragnick signed a 2.5 contract, 2.5 years of contract to stay here at Manchester United. And some of these players are going to leave him. They are going to leave him at Manchester United. He's really going to restructure Manchester United to a level where we expect it to be. And you people who really think that he is not really the level of Manchester United, and you players who are really trying to really backbite him, you are really going to get exposed one day, one time in there. So Erik ten Hag is said to be leading the race to become the next Manchester United manager, and I really feel like unless Ragnick settles everything in the house, I don't really feel like it's the right time for Ten Hag to come in at Manchester United. He is good, talented, good at coaching in there. I don't really feel like he should come in at Manchester United. So guys, what's your thought on Erik ten Hag being the next Manchester United manager as he's leading the race? Winter, chief sports or football reporter at what we call the Time Sports has really come out and revealed this, and he is really saying that Ten Hag is leading the race. But me as Rokani here onto the Manchester United Partners channel, I don't really prefer to see that man Ten Hag in there coming in and doing the needful to join the club at Manchester United, because he might end up as Villas-Boas in there, because Villas-Boas right now is the current manager of Marseille. And when you look at the accelerating level of a man who goes by the names of Villas-Boas, when he came in through from FC Porto and came in at Chelsea, I think had really given a very big job. He would have taken another job in there to build his career and be strong in there. Alias, I don't know what you're saying, Ryan Gabaraj, Ibrahim Sangare, I don't know what you're really meaning about this, but all in all, I really want to let you know that it's the Manchester United Matters channel, and your thoughts about Erik ten Hag becoming the next manager of Manchester United is welcome to the comment section below. But my thought was Erik ten Hag shouldn't come in at Manchester United right about now. I think let Ragnick first settle the house and put it in order, then Ten Hag will come in, and putting Manchester United in order is not going to take just these 6 months. Not really, not really. However much Ten Hag really came out and said that and signaled Manchester United that he's really wanting or looking to be the next manager of Manchester United in there. That is not something that I really fancy him to do. I'm seeing Alias says Erik ten Hag, Lopetegui are 3 best managers for United. Right. I will feel like I cannot really allow in a manager to come in at Manchester United when United in such a mess. United is in a mess. And it being in a mess, you can't really allow in a manager of such class like Erik ten Hag, as you are saying, Ruben Amorim in there. All those managers are good. And do you think they are really going to come in at Manchester United and change things? They are not. That's not what they are going to do. They are not going to do that. They are really going to come in and don't change things because the house is in a mess. Ragnick needs to first come in and do the needful, change the entire structure. You get? Let him get those snakes into the dressing room. Let them be sold out of Manchester United. Let him bring in players who really want to play for Manchester United in there, because well, Ferguson built this squad on players that really wanted to play for the shirt and respected the red shirt of Manchester United. You get? But some of the players here are here for money. You get? So let Ragnick bring back the culture of Manchester United and bring in players that are really fancying to play for Manchester United, not players who are really here for money and their egos are too high to an extent that even the board cannot really touch them. Alright, Ibrahim Sangare, Nasul Muzauri needs to be here in January. But absolutely and wonderingly, I've not heard any of those names indicated into those players that are being wanted by Manchester United into the January transfer window. They are talking about Ruben Neves, they are talking about Kamara from Marseille, and they are talking about Hidara from RB Leipzig in there. Those are the 3 players that they are really talking about that are really going to come in at Manchester United. Alias goes ahead to say, but these three can't work in United. Now first Zidane has to come and United slows near get rid of all players. Not really. Even Zidane cannot really get the egos of these players down. These players need a person like Ragnick to put the team in structure, to get to know that even if you run to the board, nothing's going to change. You have really to talk to the sporting director, the coach, and maybe the technical director in there. There should be a criteria that players shouldn't go directly to the board. Not really, not really. No player is supposed to go to the board. The only player that are supposed to go to the board are players that have really come out and really done good to Manchester United. You get? If this current team had won a Champions League or a Premier League under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they had all the right to say that this manager is not good enough. But what have you won to come out and say that the manager is not good enough? You've won nothing. You are doing nothing on the pitch. You don't play for the shirt. You are really ashaming Manchester United, and you come out and really talk about that Ragnick is not good enough. Do you know what Ragnick has done? Do you know how many talents Ragnick has spotted and have really taken the world by storm? So just respect and put some respect to the name of Ragnick in there for you. Alias, thank you for watching in. We are signing out for now. Thank you for watching in. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I stay Rokan David onto the Manchester United channel. I sign out for now.